Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this is my finale to Deck of Panning of 2025. At my last update last month, I had a complete refresh and brought 5 new products into this project. I was able to meet my goal on all of them. So I'm going to show you those in the first part of the video, and then right at the end I also want to give you a little bit of a sort of total numbers review kind of thing, where I let you know how many total products and prompts have I worked on throughout 2025 in Deck of Panning, how many pans have I hit, empties, etc, etc. So why don't we just get into the first bit. Actually, if you want to know more about this project, please make sure you check out my description box below. The creator is Emily of Emily and Max. She's linked down below. There's also a link to a Google spreadsheet that is basically the game board, and there you can look up what the cards correspond to, and you can find a little bit of an explanation for the prompts as well, because sometimes, you know, there's just one word, a keyword on the game board, and you might not know what it actually means. So all of that is there. We're now on a break now, obviously. I'm pretty certain this is coming back in January. We tend to update on the 20th of the month, so we've got a month off over the Christmas period and for the new year before it all starts again. I'm going to kick off with the products from last month that I wrote in. So I got the 8 of clubs out of hands, so I needed to pick something that maybe like a pre-selection, and then either have social media or friend or family vote on that. I asked my niece, I showed her 3 products, and she picked the Made by Mitchell blush to use 8 times, since I pulled the 8 and I knew I only had a month, so yeah. I am wearing this one today, absolutely loving it. I'm so glad this rolled into this project, even though I also rolled it into Clue Special Panning Edition, but I really enjoy this product. Goal met easily. Once I got my 8 uses here, I started to track my uses in Clue Special Panning Edition. I've still got a little bit to go over there, but well, today's application counted in Clue, but never mind. A lovely product, would really recommend it. Then for the 10 of spades, something broken, I picked my Essence matte blush here. This is matte touch blush in Bury Me Up. This is a declutter that I received in the summer, and yeah, I've sort of, you know, sellotaped it together because it's falling apart. I am not exactly loving this. It's a beautiful blush, please don't get me wrong. I'm just not sure how much I'm into matte blushes these days. When I did use it, I ended up putting my Physicians Formula highlighter. Well, it's a setting powder, but it's sort of like a setting powder slash highlighter all in one. Here it is. I'm sure, you know, if you're not new here, you've seen this many times before, but I would put this on top of it just to make it more shimmery. So might be declutter. It's also on the older side, plus the packaging is broken, and this pan is magnetic. So rare for drugstore brands, I find. I'm checking them all now, like all my products. What's magnetic, what isn't? Might depot this and then maybe franken it. Yeah, you'll find out. Then for the 7 of hearts last time, I needed to pick a splurge item, so I picked my Sigma new mod palette just for one look, but I wanted to challenge myself to use shadows that I hadn't used before. This was in my eyeshadow declutter project pan for the month of May. I had not dipped into every single shadow for that, but you know, I still had the list of what I did and didn't use. So I know that, yeah, I just wanted to try a look with shadows that I hadn't used yet. At least 2 of them. I said, I just really, really, really love this palette, and I'm wearing it today again, just because I enjoy it so much. It's so pretty, and I've only, you know, I bought this, I want to say in February this year, and I only allowed myself to use it in May while it was in that project, and then now here, and I wore this look for our Christmas party. I wore vintage all over my lid, and then sophisticated, this matte here in the crease, and I wore edgy on the outer corner, so more mauvey sort of matte, and then I used Avant-Garde, this is a duochrome, as a topper shadow. I just really enjoyed this palette. Yeah, I love it. I'm so glad I bought it. And I'm wearing this palette again today, not exclusively because I'm still wearing my new Franken from my Pan That palette. I'm trying to finish. Yes, That's all over my lid. It's like a warm brown shimmer that I've created there, and today I've got grunge on the outer corner and then sophisticated in the crease. A little bit of vintage again as a topper shadow. Really enjoy it. Super simple. Oh yeah, and I've got this one here, Haute, in a corner. Next, for the Ace of Clubs, a baby goal. So just something with small usage. I picked my Kiko eye pencil here, Color Kajal kohl pencil in the shade 05. So it's a brown, and I'm wearing that today. I only put it in here for 3 uses. A baby goal means something between 3 and 10 uses. I went for the smallest goal, but I'm actually wearing it for the 4th time today. I'm liking this one. Lately, I've been panning a black kohl, so I'm wearing that every day, especially for tight lining, less so on the lower lash line. So wearing this one in comparison, it seemed like, oh, why is there not so much impact? But that's normal, you know. I like how this wears, applies and everything. It is a nice shade. I need to get used to it. Or rather, I need to pan the black one and then I can go here. Finally, for the Jack of Clubs, a mainstream product, I went with a P2 product, full color lipstick. So this is available at Aldi's, the supermarket. And this is in 370 Feel It. And it's a really nice color. This was another declutter, so you're seeing both of these. They both came into my collection in August, but they're older because they're declutters. So I needed to use this 5 times, and also in order to assess whether I would still want to hold on to it or maybe perhaps declutter it. It's been really helpful to have it in here for 5 uses, and actually after 4 uses I realized, and I was doing my cream makeup declutter, that this is a product that I'm going to get rid of because it has expired. So not wearing it an extra time today. Did still use it one more time. I know I didn't have to, but it was okay. It's not so gross that, you know, but still. This is a declutter, but I still met my goal. Right, let's talk about some of these totals. I've just gone through my panning journal here. It was so nice to see what was actually happening early this year. It feels like such an eternity ago. And I was working on products that are no longer in my collection. Just to give you some stats, in total, in Deck of Panning 2025, I have worked on 32 products in total across 27 prompts. There was one product in there that I worked on twice, the H&M Do It All Stick. I had it in the intro with a low usage goal, and then again, I think I rolled it in the autumn, so never mind. Normally I try not to have that happen, but this is what I mean, like the beginning of the year literally feels like an eternity ago right now, even though the year always goes fast too. But you know how time is like, it's so warpy, isn't it? Okay, I have also had 5 empties across this project. I'm only counting the products that I finished within this project. So that was the Revolution Goddess Glow Fixing Spray. That was one where it's like, ah, blast from the past. Yeah. And then a Makeup Gallery lip liner in Mango Splash. And then my Garnier Oil Infused Micellar Water. And I also finished a little sample, but it counts. The Lancaster 365 Skin Repair Serum. And also my e.l.f. Noble Shadow Stick in Champagne Crystal. So 5 products there. And they're in the order of when I brought them in. So you obviously, I'm sure you remember if you've been watching lately, the Garnier Micellar Water has been here for an eternity. I also hit pan on 3 products. There was the Urban Decay Prince Palette where I hit pan on Cristobal, the Inner Corner Highlight Shadow. I also hit pan in my Kiko single eyeshadow, both of these more recently. And then quite early on, I hit pan in a Franken lip balm, tinted lip balm, that contained the Tower 28 cream blush for lips and cheeks. Yeah, out of these 32 products, I thought it was interesting to mention that only 21 of them are still in my collection, and 11 of them have either used up or decluttered since then. I think that's kind of good. I'm sort of also changing my mind about declutters because I don't just declutter to accumulate more things. I only declutter when I genuinely feel like something has gone bad. So finding out, like, for example, with this P2 lipstick here, I know that, you know, okay, I took on a declutter, I tried it out, it went bad, I'm now recycling it. It feels alright. And even with other products that are in my collection. Anyway, lots of thoughts about that. There'll be more to come very soon. Probably beginning of January. I'm going to talk to you about that. One last stat for you. I did 6 eyeshadow palettes for No Pine Left Behind in this project. That's an achievement for me. No Pine Left Behind is not an easy thing for me. I tend to hyper-focus on whether it's Pan's eyeshadows back in the day, or this year it's been Pan That palette, hyper-focusing on my 9 pan palette by Barry M. No Pan Left Behind is like, I don't know, it's a good thing though, because you really get to know every single shadow in your collection. So 6 palettes I managed to do that with as part of Deck of Panning. 5 of those were for the Joker prompt. Yeah, but that was still, it was challenging and it took me months to finish that prompt. 5 palettes No Pine Left Behind for 1 prompt. But I did it and I learned a lot and it was really fun. But in total I've worked on 8 eyeshadow palettes within this project, which I also find really nice to see and rewarding in a way, or satisfying, because I know I've dipped into these other palettes again because I've been hyper focusing on Pan That palette. It's nice when you still get to spend a bit of time with your, you know, with the rest of your collection. I always need to put it into a project to allow myself to do it, which is a whole thing. But yeah, anyway, I think that's all I've got for you for this year, even on this project. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting me throughout this series. Thank you so much to Emily for creating this beautiful project and updating it every month. She's not only updating the board game every month, she's also putting, you know, our videos into the collaborative playlist, which, by the way, I have linked down below, as well as from previous years. So if you're looking for anything to binge watch, I've linked my playlist down there too, if you want to just stick here on this channel. But anyway, there's lots for you to watch. And if you're thinking about joining Deck of Panning next year, I would just really like to invite you to come and join, because it's so much fun. And even if you think you haven't got enough products, you will be able to make it work, because you can just be really creative with the prompts. And if it's something, say like a highlighter, but you haven't got any, use a highlightery eyeshadow in your maybe only eyeshadow palette that you have. You can still make it work. You can bring in skincare, body care and whatnot. Just make it work. Yeah, come join us. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't done so already. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.